Heyo, welcome on back to Disco Elysium for real this time, I think. Um, I don't know. Is it a Disco Elysium stream if I somehow don't end up accidentally uh or not accidentally, but if I don't have some kind of technical issue while playing the game? I know. I feel like Disco Elysium is a game I've had a lot of technical difficulties with, whether the game crashes on me or certain things glitch out. Like the PlayStation 4 version of this game ran terribly. Like that's what I played it on, like primarily. And then I remember that like I was trying to do like a second playthrough and it just kept like crashing and I kept trying to play and record like a playthrough, let's play, whatever on it, and it just would continuously not work. But yeah, turns out like the audio issues on my PlayStation 5 that I've been experiencing might be because I've left the thing on for too long. And honestly, that was my bad. I should have turned it off last night, but I didn't. I kind of just left it on and then I just started playing games today, and I'm like, I should have turned it off or done something at some point, at least put it in the rest mode. But I didn't because if I don't know, you probably didn't, and you're probably not going to. But while I was playing the Outer Worlds last night on stream, I had like 3 drinks, and it was all too much for me. And it wasn't really. I was fine, but I don't know why this is the case. This happens to me sometimes when I'll like accidentally drink too much too fast. Where um, I don't know how to describe this in like not a gross way, but like you know how when you drink like a carbonated drink that gas builds up in your whatever. I hold on. I'm sorry. I have to look this up. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I just had to look up like why do humans burp. I do because I don't know. Is there another word for burp that isn't burp? Because I feel like burp sucks as a word, like synonym. Belch, bring up wind, rift, gurk, bulk, route, ruck, eruct, eructate. I mean, belch isn't really any better. I don't like belch either. I don't like this this word at all. It is just like a me thing. Like I just genuinely do not like that word. Same thing when I just don't like anything that associates with gas coming out of you, whether from the front end or the back end. I just find it gross, and I find the terms that we use for them gross, and I don't enjoy hearing them in any context at all. And that's just a personal thing for me. But yeah, when there's like excessive like air that's built up, I'm just gonna say air. Just know I mean gas. Gas. Like Jigsaw, like a Germa bit, because I'm a failed clone of Germa. But no, like what when I drink too much, like too fast, and like especially if it's not carbonated for whatever reason, I'll find the need to like belch or bring up wind. That's like the polite way of saying it. Uh, where I'll have to bring up wind and like I won't be able to do that normally. Like I'll like also I don't know why it's happening to me now. I have not drinking anything today. I mean I had like a fucking soda earlier, but if anything that should be the opposite. I don't know. I'm now thinking of like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, like when Frank, i.e. Danny DeVito, But Frank Reynolds in the show, like when he gets nervous, he just starts belching excessively, and it's so fucking funny. I love It's Always Sunny. But yeah, no, like when I'll drink too much too fast, I'll just need to like belch, but I won't be able to do it. So like what I'll do instead is I'll drink like an excessive amount of water and like just do it really fast, and then that will cause me to do it, and then that'll make me feel better. It's almost like I have to throw up, don't but I don't have to, you know? Like I mean, I could if I really wanted to, but like I don't because that's gross. And also I just drank alcohol. I'm not going to throw it up so it's all waste. All right? If there's two things to know about me, it's one, I don't get hangovers, and two, I don't like to waste shit. All right? Sometimes I do, sometimes it might be unavoidable, but if I can not avoid it, I'm not wasting stuff. Anyway, like this, which is a alcoholic drink. See, now that's good. That's fucking tasty. But yeah, anyway. So don't mind me if I leave in the middle of this because I feel like shit and garbage and I have to go do other things.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
Maybe. How'd you become a dice maker?
How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field with too much competition.
She doesn't let it show, but there's anger in there. She doesn't like jewelers. Thinks they're a mob.
Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice out of cobalt. That was my first order. I grew it from there.
Do you like role-playing games yourself?
Not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers? They're nice people.
What do you know about the man who's lint behind the Whirlian rags?
Nothing really. I didn't know him.
The lieutenant looks at his notebook. Then the woman under the large window.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window.
Let's see. Thank you for your answers. I don't know. Have I already gone through all this?
Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard. During daytime, there are usually those kids. And lately, I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike. But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid.
Do you often work Sunday nights?
It's an odd profession, making dice for people. But I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
I see. Thank you for your answers.
She nods.
Anything else, officer?
Nah, I'm good. What should I be doing? It's currently, oh, is it 5:28? So I still have a lot of stuff I could be doing. What thoughts am I currently researching right now? Coach physical instrument? I could internalize that. Could also unlock these. Hmm. Honestly, not quite sure what to do.
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
Oh yeah. Do I still have streamer mode on? I do. Okay. And if, say for example, I walk in here. Ah. The song is different in here, but it's a different version. I think that's cute. But here's the thing, I don't think it matters. Because like no matter what I do, I always seem to get a copyright strike. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn that off. And let's talk to Ken.
Yes?
Tell me about the case again.
What do you want to know?
Uh, can we go over the preliminary info again?
You mean like a brief? Do you want me to brief you again?
No, I'll wing it.
There's no reason to wing anything. If you didn't get the brief, that's okay. I did. 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute.
Mega cool. I've heard enough.
Okay then. Was there anything else you wanted to know?
Now that we've inspected the scene, I want to know more about this pissing competition you mentioned.
What's there to say? It's just stupidity.
What kind of stupidity?
The cop kind. Our precincts can't decide if Martinez is part of Jamrock or the Industrial Harbor. Yours or mine, as if we somehow own parts of the city. Typical street gang mentality. So we've let the Union make a mockery of law enforcement here. And now it's come to its natural conclusion.
Ah, so this is a struggle over who runs Martinez.
Well, sort of. It's less a matter of who gets to police Martinez than who has to. It's an orphan district, in other words. I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There was quite the brouhaha at the 57th, I can tell you that. Time to settle it, they said. Cop off. But I assure you, I am not their finest or toughest with 102 cases solved. What I am is least interested in a pissing competition.
So he volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness.
So
On the
you...
contrary.
Oh, alright. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt you there, reaction speed. My reaction speed is just so fast. But, you volunteered to spoil it.
Yes, I am an unrepentant spoilsport.
What's special about Martinez?
Martinez? Nothing. It's just a puddle at the end of some drain pipe. No one cares about this place. They care about sports. Most of our colleagues don't even know how to get here. North of the interchange doesn't exist.
A tremble comes over you. Another after effect of ethanol poisoning, perhaps. Feels like leaves do when they rustle in the breeze, somewhere far away, below the turbine. The 41st and the 57th. The lieutenant was right. It's not about who gets what's north. It's about who doesn't.
Ah. I wonder what this says about me, that I was sent by my station. I probably have an unbelievable kill count. That must be an augury, an apocalyptic omen sent by my people. Can you guess my message?
No.
There will be bloodletting of unimaginable proportions. Unimaginable.
Oh no, it's very imaginable. We fail to place responsibility for the hanging. The harbor company see the situation is out of control, so they bring in private military, maybe a gunship. The Union responds in strength. Automatic fire. Local law enforcement solving one little homicide decides nothing. Not solving it can have real and calculable effects. Things can always get worse. Matter of fact, augury, we should move.
Okay, enough of the competition then. Tell me something else.
Yes, it's a wholly pointless matter. Forget I ever mentioned it.
I want to talk about you.
Me?
Yes, you.
I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation.
Also, how are we feeling about just using my standard voice for this? I kind of like it, but I mean, I could put on the southern drawl. We'll work better together. We have more rapport. Come on, Lieutenant, open up a little. You're right. What's there to know about a lame Beano Claude?
Binocular? Is that how they do things over at the 41st? No wonder your clearance rate is so low.
Aw, I'm sorry, Kim. You seem to be following me.
Excuse me?
Beat it. You're cramping my style.
Frankly, Detective, you're in a deranged state. I can't let you proceed without close supervision. In fact, under normal circumstances, I'd be duty-bound to report you. Take it as a token of good faith between our precincts that I haven't done so.
I know what the RCM is.
That's good.
But what if I need some me time?
Some you time? This is a police investigation, not a journey of self-discovery. You'll still have your evenings to yourself.
On second thought, maybe I need someone to cram my style every now and then.
You might. It's important not to let one's style interfere with their work.
Aw. So, okay, yeah, I have gotten, my billboard. Okay, I'm 50-50 on being a fascist and a moralist. 4 for communist, 2 for ultra liberal. I'm all over the place on this playthrough. 8 good or bad cop, 1 honor, 3 people killed, case solved. Yeah. All right. So, let's see. All right. So, smoker on the balcony. Get 2 signatures for Evart. Sing karaoke. Explore the whirling secret passage. Who made the call reporting the crime? Who put the clothes in the trash? Track down your badge. Find money for rent and pay Garte. Buy fawn pants from Kuno. The victim's tattoos. You should probably talk to about 2 people. Talk to about 2 people about them for this. So, Aw, man, I didn't get the boots. Oh well. This is just like a fucked up playthrough. What's up, Kuno?
Fuck does Kuno care?
Hmm.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Hell yeah, Kuno. Hmm.
The woman is still hunched over the railing, her head swaying to the music, her eyes looking at nothing in particular.
No. Hmm. Alright, so today is Tuesday, right? So, let's see here. Hmm.
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy grub. The windows are clear. They
So, do I have, like, speed? I have no speed. Hmm. What about my clipboard? Hmm.
The bullet is still safely sealed away in a plastic bag bearing the RCM stamp.
Alright, well, let's go ahead and, pump 1 point in there.
The bullet is still safely sealed away in a plastic bag bearing the RCM stamp. A rifle, Revolutionary period. Your bullet looks to be an old 4.46 millimeter from the surplus left over from the turn of the century. Probably an antique or a retrofitted antique.
Make.
The 4.46 caliber was widely used with the Belmargrave rifle, a Revacholian manufacturer. The BM dominated the battlefields of the Insulindian theater of the anti-centennial revolution 50 years ago. Incidentally, you have just such a rifle with you, the dusty old thing you found hidden in the basement below the commercial area. It's unusable, sadly. If it were, the bullet would probably fit the chamber.
Is anyone still making these rifles?
No, but Zeliger, a major firearm manufacturer, ended up with a surplus after the war. So there are still a lot of these old military rifles floating around, usually broken. The quality was appalling.
Who uses Belmagrave rifles these days?
Antiques enthusiasts, guerrilla fighters in distant countries, a few lucky jamrock bangers. You're looking for the same thing you found in that hidden weapons cache, only in working order.
What are you thinking? Bullet?
I think I know where this came from.
Okay. And?
I mean, I have some ideas, but I can't be sure.
What's your best guess?
Belmagrave, the ammo points to it.
An antique. That makes sense. There can't be many breech-loading rifles floating around in Martinez, or anywhere in Ravachol, really.
Why not?
Sure, there's some arms trafficking, but the laws prohibiting the use of breech loaders we inherited from the monarchy have been effective, from what I've seen. Some new RCM recruits get impatient with their muzzle loaders once they've trained with military-grade weapons, but they realize it's worth it in the end.
I think we should have more powerful guns. We're the law.
Imagine if everyone, cops, citizens, had access to firearms that could shoot multiple rounds without pausing to reload. After the first shot, the second, third, and so on come much easier. But back to the investigation.
Hmm. Hmm. Have well-armed Jamrock bangers started crossing over into Martinez?
Let's find out. Next step, finding the gun itself.
Alright.
Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your Copo type.
Wait, there are capo types?
Yes. Guess what's yours?
Cool cop?
No, you're the sorry cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we?
Okay, but what are the other capo types?
Oh, you know. Apocalypse, Superstellar, the Advanced Interesting Cop, Liquid Shadow Cop. But you're too sorry to say those things. So, here we go?
Fucking, they should be sorry.
Yes, yes. Impotent rage and lamentation. Let's wrap it up.
I don't know, part of me wants to be a sorry cop. I'm sorry.
Of course you are. It's okay. See if you can get something out of this, like info. Or maybe every time you say you're sorry, you get $1 million. That won't happen.
Damn, my half-light is just fucking through the roof. But, yeah. Alright, let's see. -1 authority. What's my authority even at? It's at 1. Yeah, well, I say, let's go for this one. Because, I mean, I can always forget it. Now, also, is the body gone, or is the body just in the fridge?
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic. The bear's eyes are still glowing red. It's guarding over the freezing corpse hidden inside its belly.
I thought we decided to leave it to processing. Let's not turn this into some kind of circus.
Damn it. This is turning into some sort of mega puzzle.
Alright. Okay, so he's in there, so I just gotta make it to the end of the day. And then I can, come back here without Kim and get me my, my boots. Alright.
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod, acknowledging your presence.
I don't think I need anything. So, what thoughts do I have currently? I have... Alright. Alright. Hobo Cop. Okay, I do have Kingdom of Conscience, so I am a moralist.
Hello, compatriot. You have something to discuss?
Nope. Honestly, I think being a moralist is just like being everything. What's my lowest one? Ultra liberal. I'm lowest on. I think I gotta get my ultra liberal points up.
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
Yeah, good talking to you. Hmm.
The file cabinet stands steady as ever, and the unlocked drawer slides out to greet you. The drawer slides shut smoothly.
Yeah, I think I'll hold off on that. So, let's see. Alright, before I go visit Everard, I want to see if I can do some other things in the meanwhile. Alright, oh yeah. I have two thoughts. One, I want to steal one thing, and then I want to steal another thing.
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big Fritta slogan on the back. The packages are small, discreet, sloppily stacked, making them easier to take unnoticed. No need to worry about knocking over a display.
Alright, well. What else? Ah, okay. Well, let's just take off my pants.
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big Fritta slogan on the back.
Let's try it.
The girl delves into the magazine, hair covering her face, vision obscured. She cannot see your hand move.
Ooh.
Oh no. I said don't let it fall out with a thump. What did you do?
Did you? I mean, I didn't just see a middle-aged man try to steal a 4 real raincoat, did I?
No, you didn't. I didn't do it.
Really? A plastic poncho?
The clerk stares at you, but doesn't say a thing for a moment or two.
Oof. When is my last save? Let's see. Man, I'm trying to figure out like what the context of this is. Alright, well, this is embarrassing. Oh, I'm dead anyway.
Despair creeps into you, getting fat on your weakness. Whatever noble intentions you once had as a police officer, it's eating them all up now. You're still coming up with sentences. That's a step up from total annihilation, right?
Seriously running out of shits to give, Kim. Fuck you.
Fuck me? I understand this is by no means an easy investigation, but...
Nothing you can say would make you feel any better now. Cop gives up the detective's yard for social social realism, another police officer resigned from the RCM following a nervous breakdown. He now lives under a bridge, drinking and occasionally throwing excrement at passers-by, shouting, "I never loved that woman." When asked to comment, former colleagues objected to the theory that his psychological disintegration was precipitated by his wife leaving him. "It's because the Furrows lost that match," said Captain Ptolemy Price, once the man's superior officer. "It's because he couldn't get a big gun from acquisitions, and anyway, police work really burns you out after a while," Satellite Officer Jean-Vic Mayer, the deranged former cop's partner, commented. Sergeant Mac Torson, another former colleague, did not propose any theories, merely saying, "Whatever happened to him wasn't about birds. He got fucked, that's all."
Alright, well, I have no choice but to load this save now. Start on back here. Alright, alright. I got a real plan now. Alright. I'm about to go fucking insano style over here.
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez. It's not really a map. It's a tourist thing. A picture postcard with buildings on it, drawn from an isometric perspective. A date in the upper right corner says 48. Still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged boxes of an industrial harbor, even the whirling in rags there. This large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots on the light blue emptiness of the Insulindic Ocean. The largest in the northeast is La Caillou. You are here. Another far away in the southwest, Seminese Islands, Ile de Fantôme.
What else?
Ozon, Laurentide, Fas à la Mer, Archipelagos, North Arcade Islands, all just specks of dust on the vastness of the Insulindic. On the edges of the map, the color fades into a blur of dotted lines, black and white. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou, in a bookstore. It's you. Radiating outwards from you, the suzerain Revachol. With a radius of 80 kilometers, still, the crown jewel of this Isola would be barely visible.
Wow.
You can, on Caillou, Revachol, a single black star, on Ozon, Fondelier, and Vilmandu, on archipelagos, Croyan Moran, Villiers, on Seminine, Olduvai, and on Laurentide, Deora of the Seven Seas. The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths, all pointing into pale nothingness. Muindi is the north azimuth. Grad is the northeast azimuth. Samara is the east azimuth. Seol is the west azimuth. Isolas, they're called. Connections to other worlds. Words past the Insulindian, unknown to you. You only know you've never been there. You have little idea what they are. Distant stars, gods, but looking at them makes you feel almost non-existent. Whatever they are, the Isolas are immeasurably large compared to you, and very, very far away. Perhaps they are gods, gods of distance and outer dust. The north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river. Esperance. Countless bridges put the shards back together, connecting city blocks to river islands. La Delta says a great artificial heart in the center, teeming with life forms and construction. To the east, rolling hillsides, Le Jardin, Stella Marie, the suburbs of Saint-Baptiste, swallowed up into the megacity. They sound rich to you. This is Rivershell East. Houdon, it's somewhere to live, not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Forburg. It's almost as bad, and much larger. Then Coal City. It's the worst. It's so small you can't even see it on the map. No, wait. There it is, north of Jamrock, the strip of coast next to the Greater Rivershell Industrial Harbour. It looks downright despondent. It's almost Coal City, to be honest. No, Coal City is worse. A charred limb. Rain falls on its slick black streets. And then there's the burnt-out quarter in the heart of Jamrock. Is it cold in this bookstore? Or is it just you?
Alright. Do I not have the option to steal the map? I thought I did.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature.
I think I'll do that in a moment.
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez.
Storekeep, can I buy these maps?
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And besides, you could scarcely afford them. They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though.
You seem to underestimate my resources, but sure, okay.
Yes, yes. Are you interested or not?
Okay, now I can steal it, but it's all about interfacing. Which I'm pretty good at, but not great. I don't think anything else is really going to help me out here.
Several maps have been. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez.
Alright, fine, I'll just buy it. No, I want to steal it. But no, if I try to steal it, I will just fucking die on the spot. New save.
The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez. You peek at the storekeep.
Oh my
waiting
god.
for her to be distracted. When she's not looking, you deftly rip the map off the bulletin board and pocket it. You're now the proud owner of a map of Martinez, which, to be honest, did not even cost that much.
I love stealing. In video games, of course. I don't steal in real life because I feel guilty, and also I don't want to go through all that hassle, man. Though I would consider it.
These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen over and over. A couple of spook novels hide amidst all the detective books. Thrilling tales of spycraft and daring do.
Storekeep, what's with all this crime fiction?
Oh, crime, robberies, murders, even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out. You're a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of these. They really do teach a person how to be a proper detective.
Sex crimes did pique your interest, but still, this Dick Mullen person only gets your pleasure centers down. Crime fiction is a disgrace. An asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes of the arduous everyday work of actual police officers. These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends. What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives. Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of all the books found on the shelf?
Yeah, sure thing.
You see Dick Mullen on the job. Get Me Mullen. The Stalwart Adventures of Richard P. Mullen. Dick Mullen and the Murder in the Orchard. The Sordid Affair of Dick Mullen. A Killing is Declared. Dick Mullen in the Murder House. The Final Case of Dick Mullen. An Obvious Lie. Dick Mullen in the Clock Tower. The Ordeals of Dick Mullen. Dauntless Dick. Dick Mullen's Funeral Pyre. The Murder of Dick Mullen.
Dick Mullen dies?
Oh no. Turns out he faked it to solve a case.
Ah, that classic Dick Mullen. Are there any more?
Yes. There's also The Dame Who Did It. Farewell, My Mullen. Faking death seems to be a common trope in the Mullen series. The morbid tales of Dick Mullen. A dark tide turns. Tragedy calls for Dick Mullen. Another one with fake death. And, of course, Dick Mullen, the murderer. In order to catch a murderer, Dick Mullen must become the murderer.
Ooh.
After all this, you still haven't found the answer to the one question that matters. Who is Dick Mullen? Your attempt to grasp at the answer fails. It seems very close by, pulsating just out of reach.
Aw. Alright. So, now I have a map. Wait, yeah, where's the map? It's here, right? No, here. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, cool. So, let's see all the different things. So, yeah, there's that, which is here. Then Joyce, plenty of stuff. Kim, a lot of Volition, which I can't really tackle at this moment. Mirror Impossible, Gaston Martin Rhetoric, Heroic, Logic Challenging, Conceptualization, Legendary. A lot of conceptualization ones I've failed. Barbell, Interfacing, Mirror Interfacing. Alright.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Hyamdal somewhere. This is entirely, completely you. You have found the right books.
Wow, more Hamdall.
Mountains of it. Heroic quantities of Hyamdal. Roy's puny shirt is nothing compared to the real deal. Rows and rows of Hyamdalamen blur your vision. You make out some titles. Man from Hyamdal and the Mammoth Riders. Man from Hyamdal, Return to Hyamdal. And the solipsistic Man from Hyamdal and the Hyamdal Man.
Alright, I'll be honest, I do have to use the restroom, so I think I'm gonna hit X on this, and then if it's long enough, I'm probably just gonna go for a little bit.
Maybe 100. Man from Hyamdal and the sages at the end of the world. Man from Heimdall and the false god. Man from Heimdall and the scorched earth. Man from Heimdall, the Heimdall colonies. Man from Heimdall and the swamp beast. Man from Heimdall and the snow crabs.
Alright, I'm back. I return. That's to indicate I've returned.
Those snow crabs are worse than they sound.
Ooh. Is that all?
Not even close. Man from Heimdall in hell. Man from Heimdall and the forest of slaves. Man from Heimdall under the lake. Man from Heimdall, Heimdall burning. There's even the Trial of Death, a pastoral combat gamebook set in the world of Heimdallaman, and so much more.
Do any of the books call out to me?
A twinge at the back of your head makes you flinch. Your eye starts twitching.
Ow.
Your hand reaches toward a book with glossy cover art of the very muscular man from Heimdall in chains, kneeling in front of a staircase leading to a throne. A woman sits on the throne, leering at the man. She's laughing at him, belittling him. Between the throne and the Heimdallaman lies a bonfire, casting shadows on the wall. The shadow of the woman's headdress looks like a pair of devil horns. The title reads, Man from Heimdall and the Devil Woman.
Aren't all women devil women?
Especially those leering types who seem to wear nothing but an armored bikini. There's also some sort of a snake lizard beast slithering around her abdomen, chest, shoulder region.
Ah.
The display rack before you is burdened under piles of Man from Heimdall novels.
I feel like this will give me good insight, so gotta buy that.
It's a bestseller for a reason.
I must know about the Devil Woman and how Heimdall defeats her. Probably through, you know, through clicking his tongue. No, by becoming the ultimate woman hater, a homosexual. By the way, I'm fucking around. I hope that's clear. I hope there's one thing clear, despite what this playthrough is and how I'm playing through it. I am definitely the top one of those. Not superstar cop. Not any of the cops. I'm not a cop. But if I were to be a cop, I don't know. But no. For the political ones, definitely the top one. Definitely not the second one. Certainly not the third one. And also not a moralist. Though I would say I have been at some points in my life, you know. I've been more of a liberal, but that's the American liberal, you know. Very different from most other forms of being a liberal, because in America it's either capitalism or death. You can't choose anything else. Communism is death. Communism is bad, or so the men with all the money and the top hats tell me, you know? I must work for a living, or else I'm a fundamentally bad person, and I deserve to be tried for war crimes, for daring to say, hey, maybe we should feed people, and maybe we should, you know, focus on providing people with needs to survive and live a happy, healthy life rather than focus on things like profit and consumerism and all that other nonsense.
This found, A to Z, abandoned by its owner, still stands in the shadow of the ruins above it. The smell of cigarettes and perfume welcomes you. The cabin inside is plastered with old movie posters. Actresses smile from the walls. There's a radio transmitter in the front and a toolbox tucked under the driver's seat. Some tools lie scattered near the pedals.
Cool.
You close the rusty old lorry door.
Alright, man.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo.
Just ask me if you need anything from Saint Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, Magnesium, and Hypnogamma.
So, quick question. What do these products do?
I don't know. Let's see. Nosafed is a nasal spray. Duramine is a really good painkiller. Magnesium is a dietary supplement. Hypnogamma is... I don't really know what Hypnogamma is. I guess it makes you feel less shit. It's recommended to use after lots of partying, studying, or exercising.
Could you be a little bit more specific?
No. Sorry. I'm not like a doctor or anything.
Who is Saint Baptiste?
Saint Baptiste. You know, the pharmaceuticals company. Saint Baptiste Pharmaceuticals. The one that sells meds out of Saint Baptiste. That one. There.
Alright. I guess I'll take some of the Hypnogamma? Hypnogamma?
Okay.
How do you say that?
Here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
Thanks. Alright. Let's see, I take it I've already talked to you.
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything.
Okay, that's fine. But you know what I know? I know I can make a quick save. Kim's gonna glitch out through the floor in there. And I can have maybe... Oh yeah, I gotta take off my pants and my shoes so I can steal a raincoat worth $4.
Packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big Fritta slogan on the back. The packages are small, discreet, sloppily stacked, making them easier to take unnoticed. No need to worry about knocking over a display. The girl delves into the magazine, hair covering her face, vision obscured. She cannot see your hand move. Oh no, I said don't let it fall out with a thump. What did you do?
Did you? I mean, I didn't just see a middle-aged man try to steal a 4 Real raincoat, did I?
Don't judge me. I needed it for an official police investigation.
Really? A plastic poncho?
The clerk stares at you, but doesn't say a thing for a moment or two.
Uh-oh.
She's like 14. You're humiliated in front of a minor. What's wrong with you, son?
I mean, it doesn't even cost that much. Like, why would you want to fuck with Frit over something like this? Fucking with Frit is dangerous, you know. Just leave it there. I'll put it away later.
What's that?
What is what? A raincoat. You know, like the one you tried to steal earlier.
I want to buy it.
Yes, buy it, please. Don't steal it.
Oh, man. See, that is why I would never steal. Being caught and like having to be shamed by somebody, I'd fucking hate that. Oh yeah, anything I can do here?
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
Let's see. Okay, I do have the hobo cop
The tear
thought,
machine
so...
stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents. Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now.
Yeah, look at me.
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big Fritta slogan on the back. The packages are small, discreet, sloppily stacked, making them easier to take unnoticed. No need to worry about knocking over a display.
Alright. So, just double checking with this here. Interfacing, hand-eye coordination, composure, reaction speed. Okay. I don't know, I can do this. I can steal. I just gotta believe. Believe in myself.
You see several packaged raincoats. The girl delved.
Damn it. Load the game. You know what? Fine. But before I steal this, let's see if I can steal some drugs. Like an adult. Like a good cop. Because I take it I've gotten... Okay. Let's see, have I not gotten the mission from Kuno yet? Do you have to empathize with him? Figure out what's going on with the kid?
This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security. Number 28. This is where the cleaning lady said the smoker on the balcony lives.
Let's see if anyone's home. Knock on the door.
No one answers.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him is in the evening. We should return tonight after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good?
What are you talking about?
The smoker on the balcony. This is why we are here, right? He might know something about the murder. So, tonight at 9 p.m.?
Yeah, sounds great.
Tonight at 9 p.m., right here, apartment number 28. Good, let's go.
Okay, that's cool. I was kind of curious if he was going to say, oh yeah, we should come back tomorrow, but no. He says tonight, which makes sense. Yeah, no, I think I gotta empathize with the Kuno before I sneak into his apartment and steal some drugs. So yeah, how's my empathy? Not great.
You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the furniture. The number on the panel says 10.
What's that fucking Family Guy parody song of like the one song where the guy's in the fucking room? I can't remember the name of the song, nor can I remember even the Family Guy parody meme lyrics. Rearranging furniture, Babs is shopping. I let the bird out of the cage. It's like dancing, walking, rearranging furniture. Babs is shopping. I let the bird out of the cage. Let's knock.
The walking stops abruptly, but no one comes to the door. You can feel tension on the other side.
Ooh.
A poor communard, from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet.
Ah, man. Always funny when the game glitches out like this. This is the police. Open up. I mean, it's not really funny. It is a little funny, but...
Do I have to open the door?
You hear the clacking of heels again as the other side walks right up to the door. As the other side walks right up to the door, her tone is now getting a defensive edge.
Do you have a warrant? I'm not obligated to open the door if you don't have a warrant.
Let's go. We don't have a reason to get inside that apartment.
Later then,
Says you.
entering this door seems a physical challenge. A poor communard, from the looks of it.
Alright.
Give me a moment.
I got a few questions about the apartments.
Ask away, policeman.
Who lives in apartment number 10?
No one lives there. It's been empty for months.
But I talked to someone through the door. Also, it is just fucking hilarious to be holding up a flashlight to this lady. She just completely just washed out by the light. But I talked to someone through the door.
Impossible. I would know if someone had moved in there. Maybe it's those countercultural people again, breaking into a house like it's a public space. You're a policeman. Be good and take a look, will you?
Sure, I'll go see what I can find.
Great. Young people. They're worse than rats. You know, always littering the hallways with trinkets and empty beer cans.
Aw. Rats are great, though. I mean, I wish I could be a rat, in all honesty.
She mumbles some kind of a response. Then hacks something into her handkerchief.
Rat or cat, or maybe a bat. Any one of those would be sweet. Just to be clear, not in like a furry way. Like in just like if I were to be an animal, it'd be one of those. Bat if I wanted to fly, cat if I wanted to laze around, rat if I wanted to scurry about and bite people. I mean, I could do that as a cat and a bat too. So either way, I'm biting people. It's just in what form am I gonna do it? Am I gonna pounce like a cat, or am I gonna fly at them like a bat, or am I gonna scurry like a rat?
You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the furniture. The number on the panel says 10. A poor communard from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet.
This is the police. Open up.
Do I have to open the door? Do you have a warrant?
Let's go. We don't have a reason to get inside that up.
Later then,
Okay.
entering this door seems a physical challenge.
Well. Alright. This apartment is supposed to be empty. Did you break in here?
Excuse me? Of course not.
Scare them. Suspected of some big crime.
Are you cooking morphine in there?
Oh, come on.
That was smart.
Looks like a fine mattress. Don't be ridiculous. You can hear it swarming with bugs. Alright, cool. These are all mine. Check out these babies.
Satisfied? My name is Marielle Charpentier, and I'm an agent with Martinez Realty Associates. I am not breaking in, as I have every right to be here. The keys, see?
Boy, there are a lot of different keys there. More than 20 at least.
Do you want to see my ID as well? You can't legally ask for it, but why not? Want to see my residence permit too?
Sure.
It feels flimsy in hand, with the words Revachol Zone of Control written under a nondescript municipal logo. There's a picture of her with shorter hair inside, along with all her personal details.
Everything seems to be in order.
Thank you. Do you have any questions? I need to be back in Midtown in an hour.
What are you doing here?
I need to get it ready for the next lease, but as you can see, the previous tenant completely trashed the place.
Reprehensible. Who lived here?
It was some kind of a moribund old man who used to be a business owner. You'd think they'd make rent. But that was months ago. Anyway, was there anything you wanted, or is that it? I'm in a hurry.
Do you happen to know who lived in the foreclosed apartment down the hallway?
Oh, that's another huge mess. The former tenant owes us 3 months of rent. 3. We closed the apartment and planned on auctioning off the valuables, but... And again, I have no idea how stupid mistakes like this can even happen. But Ron, when he came to close the door, didn't close the neighboring door. And there's a hole in the wall.
So preppy. She's probably on some low-grade performance enhancers, like Preptide or Pericanine.
A hole in the wall. Can you believe it? And then the tenant ran off with his stuff. He's gone. The money's gone. Just like that.
The sum must have been puny.
Couldn't have been that much money. These apartments look pretty shabby.
These apartments are perfectly fine. They have gorgeous architecture, a million-real view of the bay, good ventilation, neighbors, life, spark, and they are affordable. I'll tell you, Martinez has a future. In a few years, it's going to blossom with artists and creatives and those radio computer wizards.
My money has also disappeared, I think.
Well, it does not disappear from my hands. No, I don't let it.
So wait, what happened with the wall?
Don't ask me what happened with the wall. I have no idea how we're going to find the time or resources to fix it. Both apartments are now unrentable. Both.
Well, that's all. Thank you.
Of course.
Hmm. Damn. Damn. A lot of uses left on these. Hey, how high is my electrochemistry? Pretty high.
Give me a moment.
I didn't find any counterculture people in apartment number 10. It was just a real estate agent setting up the room for new tenants.
I see. I hope some good people are finally going to move in. This place needs them.
Lacks women and sexual deviance. That's who'll come. Let's see. I'm sure that everything will be fine. This apartment building needs slow change. Imperceptibly slow.
Yes. Well, I hope they're good people.
Thanks. I'm off.
Coach physical instrument. Wait, how did you know all those hammer throw techniques? How do you know how to hold a discus? Or the world youth record in discus? Something doesn't add up here. This mushy thing between your ears didn't know the name of the city you're in, but it comes loaded with trivia about the correct chin position of a shot put ball. Could it be that? Shut up, namby-pamby. This train of thought ends abruptly. It's leg day. Straighten your rhombus muscle. It's shirts versus skins. Take your shirt off, Namby. Your skins.
Bonuses. +2 physical instrument. If shirt slot empty, -1 encyclopedia. Faxer for Beano Clards. Nice. Alright, cool. So, let's see here. So, if, say for example, I take that off. Yeah, got 8 physical instrument. Nice. So, is there anything with physical instrument that I can do? Like the barbell? Yeah, why not? Let's go let's go get that barbell. Cuz I feel it. I feel it's going to be good for me. How do I get to that barbell anyway? This way.
The barbell waits patiently on the floor, like a dog for its master.
There we go, baby.
Conjuring up an inhuman amount of strength, you raise the barbell up in the air. Your biceps tremble, but you're a savage. This is a children's game.
Oh yeah. Macho Man.
A warm wave of accomplishment washes over your head as you drop the barbell to the floor. For a moment, it feels like you're strong enough to succeed at anything you ever set your mind to. Hey, but you're still in a ghost house. What if someone heard this? What if they know you're here?
Good technique.
Aw, thanks, Kim. Well, look at that. Alright, I think I'm gonna put my shirt back on. What is giving me a -1 authority? Ah, it's these. What about these, though? Alright.
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
Okay, bye. See you around. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not.
You broke down the back door. Why? I gave you the key.
Real men don't need keys.
I hope you can find the solution quickly. The wards are broken. The passage has been opened. Now tell me, what's back there?
I've had a few more questions about the curse.
Okay, but please, only a few questions. You wouldn't want to disturb the spirits.
What about the wards on the back door? Are these Semines as well?
Yes, the Semines are very crafty, and their wards are extremely powerful. Lesser wards simply won't do here.
Alright, well, I had other questions.
The woman looks aloof, her features much softer. Occasionally she glances at her daughter's silhouette.
Perhaps even a solution, because I've talked to the entity you told me about. Her name is Nia, and she's a novelty dice maker.
A novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep.
She's not a sorceress or some malicious entity. She's a businesswoman like you.
I don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain the curse?
You know, yeah, there's another entity, more malignant, pulling the strings of Martinez. Perhaps in my travels I will cross paths with it.
A third order presence, yes. I've heard of these triactors. In certain occult literature, that's too dark to dwell on for too long, and definitely not in the presence of my daughter. I understand everything, sir. Thank you for your descending into the maelstrom. I will keep fort up here, strengthen the wards, do my best. And if you happen upon the third entity in your travels, may the Lord be with you.
Well, this has been absolutely educational. If we happen on the third presence in our travels, we will certainly come back to tell you.
Yes, the venture continues. In other waters, darker waters.
Should we get out of here before the vortex collapses?
The shop around you feels ancient suddenly, damp and saturated by the coastal air. The books are rotting. A great cold lives here, and there too, 1,200 meters away on the urban coast. The dark shape of a church is reflected on the water, calling.
Oh, farewell for now, book peddler. Alright. Man, I've been going for 1 hour and 24 minutes. It's pretty easy. But, yeah. What's this? Alright. I think I'm gonna be right back. Oh wait. I was thinking about hanging out in the Whirlian Rags, but I think instead I'm gonna hang out with Joyce. Because I think I want to talk to her. Or maybe this woman. I'll talk to her later. I take it I've talked to Cindy the fucking skull already.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Is that bed in the coal room yours?
Ooh. Not only have you found my address, you've discovered my biggest secret. I'm a coal miner.
She does have eyes that seem to be smeared with coal.
Really? You're a miner?
Yes. I keep hoping a shaft will collapse on me, but somehow it never happens.
Don't you have a real home?
Does anyone in a city like this?
It's not the nicest place, but I guess it will have to do.
It doesn't have to do anything at all. Nothing does. Like me. Right now, I'm doing nothing at all.
Cool. I have other questions.
Shoot, Piggy. It's what you do, isn't it?
I found some drugs in the coal room. Yours?
They just might be. Rough stuff. If you take the ride, you'd be wise to buckle your little pig belly up.
I like bumpy rides. Know where I can get some more?
We apologize, but we're currently not buying the entrapment you're selling. Please call again later. Thank you. If you're really interested, then I'm sorry. But I don't do anti-radiation drugs anymore, so I don't know where to get them.
Where'd you get these?
From a guy on Buggy Street, Porta Rosa. Go there after midnight, and you can get all kinds of funny things. Veterans of the People's Pile selling their stash.
So, you won't talk about the murder, but maybe you can tell us something about the murder victim's missing armor.
What do I care about some fucking tin eggshells?
Is that armor art? Art for the, body?
Ugh, alright. Sad Piggy. I'll give you this one. I saw a little girl in the fishing village running around with military-grade handwear. Look cute as hell. If you haven't been there, the village is a shithole down the coast from the main plaza. Have a good time!
And there's a little girl wearing the gloves there?
No. That's all the snitching Cindy the Skull does for today. Actually, I don't even know why I told you what I just told you. I have a weakness for animals. It's the animal thing again. Damn it.
Or a weakness for police officers, miss. Thank you either way.
Catch you later, Cindy.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? Not an umbrella, I hope. I don't need one myself, you see.
All around you, rain keeps falling down. On the wooden boards she's standing on, and on the water around you.
Neither do I.
Very rugged. Good choice. Now, I suspect you had questions. Nothing like talking to pass a rainy day. Am I right?
Yeah. Let's talk about,
Of course. Anything to help.
That's
I am
enough for
sorry
now.
to have been the bearer of bad news. If there is anything else I can help you with, please ask.
maybe some more questions about reality?
More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
Ah, I see. Oh, okay.
It remains a mystery what you mean by this something close. This isn't about you. It's about reality.
Ah. But I'm real.
Glad to have been of assistance. the little that I know. Anything else?
I think that's all for the moment, but I am going to be right back myself. But I'll be back maybe 3 minutes at most, hopefully. Hello, I'm back. I have returned. And, I don't know. Do I want to continue to churn on Disco Elysium? Because, I don't know, I'll be honest, I was having a bit of an issue earlier where, like, I don't know, on one hand, I have no motivation to do anything, but then on the other hand, I don't know, I do want to do something, I want to work on things, I want to be productive, but like, I don't know, it's hard to actually sit down and do something. I mean, I can do it, of course, but I don't know. I don't know if I should. I don't know if I shouldn't. But you know what I think I should do? What I should ultimately do? So I should have another drink. That's where I went, and that's what I'm doing. Oh my god, that's so good. That's so good. That is like delicious. That is like peak. That's so fucking delicious. That is the tippy top of a goddamn mountain. Ooh. I don't know, I'll be honest, I'm 50-50 on either continuing to play this playthrough of Disco Elysium or possibly turning on my PlayStation 4 and like playing some Red Dead Redemption 2. Because I don't know, something kind of funny that's been happening on TikTok is, I don't know why, but like one of my older Red Dead Redemption 2 clips I posted, which I mostly just post clips from games, has been getting like a lot of likes lately and a lot more views. And hold on, when was this originally posted? Are you gonna tell me, TikTok? Yeah, I posted it on the 7th month of the year on the 8th day. What's the 7th month again? It's June, July. Yeah, isn't June the 6th month? So it was July. So July 7th was when I posted it, I think. God damn it, calendar. Show me the year. Thank you. Alright. Yeah, June is the 6th. So July 8th, I posted this, like, just a little clip from Red Dead Redemption 2. And, like, typically, most of my videos don't pass over 200 views on TikTok. Like, yeah, the last thing I posted got 262 views. Then, like, my Spider-Man stuff got 300. But yeah, I'm kind of surprised with this one. I don't know. Like, part of me wants to focus on that, you know, do the thing that's popular that people are liking. And maybe do more of that, or focus on something else, something better. Focus on clearing up space on your console, because there's plenty of stuff that I could be doing on this or with this, or, you know, I just get drunk and play Disco Elysium. Yeah, I'm thinking the Disco Elysium one.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Let's see here.
More lessons in basic reality? My
Oh, yeah.
favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
Kim, could you step away for a minute?
Good idea. Just ask him. He won't make a scene.
Kim, can I talk to the ma'am alone for a second?
Fine.
See? What can he do? You're a grown man.
Now, what is the Pale?
Are you sure you're sure? Your colleague seemed adamant.
Yes, what is the Pale?
Okay. The Pale is the most dominant geological feature of the world, Detective. The separative tissue between the islas. It is the inter-islary mass.
And what exactly is an isla?
Isla is a Messinian word for a continent of matter, enveloped on all sides by the Pale. Also, isolation, or landmass. We used to believe there was only one. In the last 4 centuries, we have discovered 7. Windy, Seol, Samara, Ilmara, Grad, Katla, and this, Insulinde.
And Insulinde is...
An oceanic isla. It comprises mostly of water. Muindi is the largest, Katla the coldest, Insulinde the bluest. What can I say? Each is perishing and dear.
Okay, what is the Pale like?
Achromatic, odorless, featureless. The Pale is the enemy of matter and life. It is not like any other, or anything in the world. It is the transition state of being into nothingness.
Is it here?
No, Detective. We're safe. It begins there, 6,000 kilometers to the north, and even more to the south, east, and west. You are in the middle of the Isla.
As your gaze instinctively turns north, a small black pit opens up in your stomach.
6,000 kilometers from the end of the world.
Yes. That is enough. Many cities are built much closer.
And there?
An uproar of matter, darling. Rising into the Pale. Rolling. Evaporating even. The Great Vision. The area of transition between the world and the Pale is called Porch Collapse. Imagine a grey coronal mist, cold vapor marked by spores of an opportunistic microorganism, a mold that's adapted to grow at the edge of the unrest. It's the most disco thing you will ever see.
You hear your pulse rise. The air feels caustic and cold suddenly.
What are its physical qualities?
It's difficult to describe, or even measure. Something whose fundamental property is the suspension of properties. Physical, epistemological, linguistic. The further into Pale you travel, the steeper the degree of suspension, right down to the mathematical. Numbers stop working. No one has yet passed the number barrier. It may be impossible.
We're surrounded by Pale. How do you get from Isla to Isla?
Oh, it is so difficult for us.
A squall of birds. Hardware operating in the harbor. Firm. Self-evident.
It is possible to force dimensions on the Pale. In modern times, we can even compress its latitude, bouncing radio waves from one end to the other, shortening the path. But it is still hard for humans to navigate the Pale without getting lost, or having our minds damaged.
The Pale can damage the mind?
Extensively.
How?
Some say the damage stems from extreme sensory deprivation. Others argue that Pale somehow consists of past information that's degrading, that it's rarefied past, not rarefied matter. They call it the blend over of the self. The Pale does not only suspend the laws of physics, but also the laws of psychology, maybe history even. The human mind becomes over-radiated by past.
What does this overradiation feel like?
It feels terrible. Absolutely terrible. International standards strictly limit civilian travelers to 6 days of pale exposure per year.
It's more for her. Way more.
You're not a civilian passenger.
No, nameless detective of the Citizens Militia. I am a member of the Entreprenetic Business Class. I'm cleared and trained for 22 days of pale transit annually.
Someone else you've met may have been exposed as well. The strange grey-haired woman in her lorry.
Do lorry drivers pass the pale?
Yes, carried in the hulls of airships. It's a horrific job. Automation will abolish it soon.
You should ask the pale driver about this. See what she says. That poor woman must have stories to tell, like you wouldn't imagine.
Are you overradiated?
Up to my gills, officer. They call it,
It's more for her.
No.
Someone else you've met may have been exposed as well. The strange grey-haired woman in her lorry.
You're not a civilian passenger?
She's looking out toward the sea. What at? It's hard to say. She's overradiated. And then some.
What is entreprenetic?
Entrepenetics is the scientific study of the pale, or a recent iteration of it by way of Grad. The study of the pale reaches back 6,000 years. The Pericarnassians called it the Western Plain.
Did they cross it? The Western Plain?
There are signs of pre-modern crossings. Successful navigation of the pale relies not just on technical know-how, but intensive psychological preparation. Some of these tactics have been known for thousands of years.
What has entreprenetics changed, then?
Nothing. We remain powerless before the pale. The only real advance in pale transit is the speed with which an aerostatic craft can pierce it. Less exposure leads to less effects later.
Aerostatic craft?
Hybrid airships, detective. Conventional rotors or jet engines no longer add velocity after the point of reference for motion is suspended, once you've crossed from near pale to far pale. In essence, we throw them in and they come out the other end. If we throw them precisely.
If we do not?
Then they don't.
Gone, like a skipping stone beneath the surface.
How much pale is there compared to the world?
The pale outweighs reality 2 to 1. There is more pale than there is matter, and the ratio is slipping.
Slipping how? To our detriment, or...?
What do you think, detective?
It's growing. There's more and more of the pale.
Precisely. One of the few measurable effects of the pale is that it is expanding at an unknown rate. An intuitive conclusion of that development is that one day the pale will cover everything. But this sort of talk is mostly left to extremists.
Cover everything? That can't be. Where would we go?
Most people, and indeed most private and government sector organizations, entire civilizations and religions even, find handy ways to ignore or downplay that knowledge. I suggest you do the same.
Off we go. You see the hanged man's mouth open.
Off we go into the wild pale yonder.
One and all. They say pale is death, but for the universe.
Why should we just leave, and the world get left behind?
Oh. Let's return to reality, please.
Yes, sweet reality. But before we do, tell me, detective, is this the first time you're hearing this? Do you really not remember anything?
I sometimes sense vague shadows of a past, and it's not good.
Then tell me, what do you think of the pale?
Who am I to think anything of it?
You really didn't know. This does not spell good for the investigation, Detective. If you don't know even this, then...
I'll handle it. It's under control.
I hope so. I truly do. If I may suggest, hold on to your colleague, Kitsuragi. I ran a check on him and he is very competent. In the meanwhile, you have me. I will assist you in any way I can, even if we have to do it one basic term at a time.
Good. You have not passed out from it. Perhaps I worried for nothing. Are we still on the reality lowdown, or should we do actual police work now?
That was fucking insane, Kim.
Yes, well, the rest of us have dealt with it for thousands of years, so...
You will have to deal with it, too, the lieutenant thinks. This is why I didn't want you to know.
Right. Let's get to work, Lieutenant.
Good luck, detectives.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty. Try to find something pretty and cool here, then use it to win her back.
Win her back? Also, Jesus fucking Christ, that thing is so loud.
Yes. Buy something nice. A figurine. This sounds off. You shouldn't trust this guy. You see rows of toy soldiers guarding them. You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty.
That is like exceptionally loud.
Big men on big horses, clad in lamella armor.
Oh, well,
carrying
I'm just gonna
flintlocks,
tune it out.
The kind that would mow down a line of enemy soldiers in the blink of an eye.
Who are they?
Franco-Nigerian knights. I used to be very serious about these guys.
They're not all blue. These figurines also wear gold coats and caps, complemented by orange trousers. They are variously posed, wielding swords and rifles with bayonets.
Wait, this looks like Rene, the old guy who was playing Bretonk.
This is what the loyalists looked like, yes, at first. Then they wised up and got camouflage.
Are these royalist soldiers?
Which ones? Ah, those. Yes, they are. I find the paint job a bit gaudy, but children like the bright colours indiscriminately.
This set of soldiers isn't meant to look impressive. A few have rifles, but most of them carry pistols. Some even shovels and tall sticks.
Are these even soldiers?
You're probably talking about the revolutionaries, yes? Yes, they are soldiers, revolutionary soldiers. I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win.
I wish it was more nuanced. It's impossible to win against the cohorts of Capital. Ask my friend Gart, whose bitch it made me.
Okay. I don't like either set too much, to be honest.
Alright, let's try and get a truly cool figurine out of this box.
Everything you pick out seems faded, chipped, and sad somehow. Most of them are just broken toys.
Alright.
What a shirt. All other shirts pale in comparison to the muscular man with antlers and immense Zweihanders.
Alright, give me the shirt.
Welcome to Hjelmdal, officer.
The boomboxes wait on the shelves, and your boombox, that gold and amber Harman Waushi, stares at you longingly with its tape-reel eyes.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything. Sure thing.
Thanks for the review.
Sure, man.
The boomboxes wait on the shelves, and your boombox, that gold and amber Harman Waushi, stares at you longingly with its tape-reel eyes.
I want to buy that boombox.
And here you are. Quality sound reproduction on the go. It'll play anything, wherever. Turn any tape into a conversation of sounds and shapes.
Ugh. New tool. Well, I have nothing on this, so.
This is the Night Watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, René Arnaud.
mister. I knew you'd be back to talk with old Leo here. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. It's like Lady Larice said when she opened a bathhouse in the basement of my apartment building. They can only get so far before they're aching to get back. And lots of folk really did keep coming back.
Leo, in the future, could we keep this greeting shorter?
Sure, mister. Absolutely. I'm always willing to help out nice fellows such as yourself.
Alright, I'm off. I feel a little bit bad about that, but this is my kind of asshole, dickish, centrist, fascist playthrough. Yeah, look at that. More points in moralism. But, yeah, hold on. Something I am kind of curious about. If I check the done things, alright. I'm curious if I've already done the like, brew option? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, maybe that's something you gotta notice when talking to Leo, and I just didn't notice it or pick up on it. Let's talk to Evart.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you've already sat on that chair.
Well, thanks, asshole. Oh, the music in here is pretty grand.
Oh, hey, mister. I'm not gonna bother you with a long greeting, just like we talked about before. I know you're probably a busy man being an important police officer and all, and personally, I think the more people keeping the peace, the better.
Oh, that's really fucking funny. Oh, man. But yeah, now, fun fact during that, to be fair, I was not paying all that much attention to it, but I was listening to, oh dang, I completely, is it just Anthony Padilla? Yeah, it is. On Anthony Padilla's channel, he's been doing like, kind of like different people, talking about certain aspects and issues, and, I think the first one was like, should trans people be in sports or something along those lines? And, you know, yeah. Yeah, the show is called Assumptions. And the first one is, our trans athletes cheating? That's specifically what it's called, and I didn't watch that one because like honestly, I mean it's probably an interesting topic that I might want to listen to, but like I don't give a shit about sports. Like I don't know, man. The fact that we put so much of an importance on sports in the first place is fucking insane to me. Like we should not. Nobody fucking cares. Like, let people compete in sports if they want to compete, and if you have a problem with it, shut the fuck up. Nobody fucking cares. Suck it up, bitch boy. It's sports, motherfucker. All right, whoever wins wins. Don't fucking cry about it like a bitch.
The payphone hangs mutely on the wall. There isn't much more to do here.
Alright. Well, let's open up this.
The file cabinet stands steady as ever, and the unlocked drawer slides out to greet you.
Let's do it.
Look how blurry all the lines on these papers are. How unwieldy your own willpower is to yourself. You're like an absurdist Samaran monk, focusing through not focusing.
If I let my eyes go completely out of focus, all shapes start melting into each other.
Is that what you're doing with those photos over there?
Yes.
Right. This is probably not relevant to our case. After all, we're not investigating an accounting mystery.
The door slides shut smoothly.
But I am gonna put another point into volition, because it's nice to have a nice even
The
five.
file cabinet stands steady as ever, and the unlocked drawer slides out to greet you. Whatever's hidden here is hidden well. Concentration isn't enough. Only a trained accountant with a background in logistics would be able to really make sense of it. However, there is a little handwritten note stuck on the side of the drawer. It appears to be a to-do list written in large, uneven capital letters. Remember, Leo, Everart's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everart's plants, sweep office floor, more banners. All items on the list have been crossed out, and the note itself is crumpled.
Look, Kim, a to-do note with a list of errands for Everart.
One of his aides must have left it. Nothing incriminating here.
What is so special about this borscht? Code for drugs? Booze? Blood? Remember, Leo, all items on the list have been crossed out, and the note itself is crumpled. The drawer slides shut smoothly. Before the cargo container. Its drawer has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly.
Alright. But yeah, anyway, sorry, I completely forgot what I was saying, but I listened to a discussion between asexuals, and the title of it is Asexuality Even Real? And then Assumptions. But, yeah, I don't know. It was pretty interesting to listen to. And again, I was kind of half listening to it because, you know, I was playing Disco Elysium and getting drunk. But in between me, like, not talking or paying attention to the game, I was listening to that. And I don't know. It's definitely an interesting thing. Hey, free money. Like, less so like, are asexuals real, but more so like kind of how asexual people feel and how they kind of consider things and do things. Because, like, you know, an asexual person can have sex, but they're probably not gonna find much pleasure, if any at all, while doing it, unlike I assume most people would. I don't know though. I haven't done it, and I never will, and that's because I'm a good Christian boy. Now, don't mind me as I finish my alcoholic beverage. Okay? Christianity and all religions are cool so long as you only take the parts that you like and apply that to yourself and to others judgmentally, and then never take a step back and consider how other people might feel. And that's what's so cool about being religious. I sure do love it. You know, definitely not one of those atheist types that believes that there's no meaning to the universe, like some kind of bitch, like some kind of not God-fearing American, you know? Anyway. Hi, Leo.
Oh, hey, mister. I'm not gonna bother you with a long greeting, just like we talked about before. I know you're probably a busy man being an important police officer and all, and personally, I think the more people keeping the peace, the better.
Alright, but hey, are you the Leo who wrote the note to make more banners?
Oh, yes. I leave all kinds of notes for myself. That old head of mine ain't so good at keeping things in no more. I almost forgot about the borscht.
What was that about the borscht?
Oh, yes. I've been taking special whirling borscht to the men every day since the strike started. It's very, very good. Makes a man feel so warm and happy. I feel like I could take on Mr. Renadan's boar dogs every time the lunch is done.
Power borscht, huh? Never heard of a borscht that turns little guys into dogfighters. Alcohol, however.
What do you mean by taking the soup to the men? Is it for striking?
Yes. I'm taking it to them. The borscht keeps them happy and in fighting spirits. Makes you all warm inside. They brew it in the whirling in rags.
Hold up, who makes it at the Whirling?
Oh, the whirling's cook. He makes it. Them is always talking with Mr. Manana in that weird language and laughing together. He doesn't speak what we speak. He's from Grad.
Looks like the borscht is spiked. I'm gonna look into it.
Oh, sure, mister.
And maybe drink it.
You do that. Yes, sir.
Aw. Alright. Nope. Harry. Harry, you go down these fucking stairs, I swear to God. Thank you. Alright, well, I think I'm gonna leave for a minute or 5. So, I'm gonna be hanging out in here. Yeah, why not? Right there, like that. Alright, BRB. Alright, hold on. I kind of lied. I'm back right now, but I'm back just because I want to like head downstairs in my house and you know you know, let's hang out up here on stage. Man, it's really hard to have Harry go where you want him to go. But yeah, anyway. I'm just gonna finish off this drink because it's almost done. Peach Bellini. It is carbonated. God damn, that's so fucking good. God damn, I love that. Alright. Well, I will be back. Hello. I finally returned after what has probably been way too long. And I don't know. I kinda wanna talk about some stuff, but at the same time maybe I don't. No, I do. Hmm.
Kim also tries not to look at the pile of taped viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack, or the potted plant dying in the corner. But it's all just too morbid to ignore.
I'll nod stoically.
He takes a step toward the door, like he'd like to leave.
Fair enough, Kim. But wait, hold on. First I want to try this.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
Where are them handy dandy chain cutters?
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression. The chain cutters slip out of your hands as you attempt to twist the faucet into place. Well, you know one thing for sure. You've probably never been a plumber.
Well, I feel bad wasting all this water, so I think I'm gonna level that up. Try it again, maybe.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
Hell yeah.
The faucet is quite terribly mangled, but you just might be able to twist its parts into place. You handle the chain cutters deftly, applying just enough pressure. The faucet regains a recognizable shape. The steam stops. Told you that you needed those chain cutters. Everything is connected. Everything has a purpose. The mirror begins to clear slowly without you having to wipe it.
Alright. I'll let the mirror be for now. I'm a little annoyed that you can't pick up that bottle. But, oh well. Not much I can do about it for now. Can't pick up those bottles either, I take it. Nope. There's a couple scattered around that you can, but most of them, nope.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in.
Alright. I think I'll talk to, the fellas in a second, if they're all still there. They might be gone by now. Oh yeah, no, they're still there. Alright. Oh yeah. Hold on, yeah, let's ask about the borscht.
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod, acknowledging your presence.
Leo said you're friends with Manana. Is that true?
The mention of Manana gets his attention. He smiles and delivers a whole slew of unfamiliar words and lively gestures. Then he falls silent again.
What's in that borscht you're making there?
The man says a couple of sentences in that strange language of his, and then seems to wait for you to speak.
Yes.
Borscht need more vodka?
Okay, so it's vodka that keeps the men happy and in good spirits. Clever move by the Union.
Of course, vodka. Now that makes a very, very special borscht indeed. turn it up and then ask for some yourself. Turning it up seems like a dangerous idea, honestly. The place is a powder keg.
Shut the fuck up, pussy. Turn it the fuck up.
He smiles, nodding vigorously, then pours half a bottle of vodka into the pot. With a whistle, he stirs the brew.
Could I have some of that?
He smiles and nods enthusiastically, and, chattering away in his language, ladles some brew into a small thermal cup, then hands it to you.
I don't think I need anything else. Stay masculine.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue. You immediately feel drawn to the color. Blue is for mystery.
Ah. Oh, so where's the music? Where's the tunes? I don't have streamer mode on. Huh. But, yeah, no, as I was, going around and, like, grab me another third drink. I know, it reminded me of a TikTok I saw, which I'm gonna talk about now. Well, in a moment. First. Oh yeah, baby. A perfect open. No splash, no wasted, sweet, delicious juice. Because that's what I'm drinking. Total juice. Oh my god, that's so good. But, yeah, no, I don't know. I was just kind of reminded of a TikTok I saw, which happened to be labeled, like, boy tea, by, like, all the people in the comments, which, you know, if I can be honest about something, one thing I fucking hate every time I, go on TikTok or open up TikTok is I'll check the comments on something, and, like, every time it will always be people saying the same thing over and over again. And, like, don't get me wrong, you know, people, can say whatever they want, and people often share ideas, but, like, it's particularly annoying when it's just the same thing over and over again. And I don't know if that's TikTok doing that on purpose, or if it's just trying to piss me off, or if it's just a coincidence that I open up the comments and it's all people repeating themselves, and parroting what other people say. Like the most annoying one is, like, you know, somebody will say something funny or somewhat humorous or attempting to be funny, and then somebody will be like, I just saw a comment that said the previous comment, and it's like, fuck off. Fuck off. Genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, fuck off. But I don't know. Again, people will do whatever they want. Don't let me be a judgmental prick to make you feel bad for just parroting what someone else says. I mean, we do it all the time. It's a natural human thing. But no, I saw this TikTok. We're gonna call it Boy Tea, where this guy talks about, like, a party he threw, and how, like, two girls ended up throwing up, and or they threw up, and like, drank way more than they can handle. And, like, the guy says, it's like, well, it's your party, right? You're hosting. Shouldn't you be shouldn't you be looking after these people and making sure they're not drinking too much? And he says, hey, look, all right, I'm just hosting the party. If you come in and drink too much, like, that's on you. If you're above the age of 19, you should know how much alcohol you can handle. And, like, I don't know, to a certain extent, I can sympathize with the guy somewhat, And like, you know, he said this in sort of like a mocking tone of like, oh, well, why don't you do this, Mr. Man? And then he goes, it's not my responsibility to look after people, you know? I don't give a shit what the fuck happens to people in my house on my dime drinking my alcohol that I provided for them. And like, I don't know about that, man. Like, I don't know about that because, like, for me, on one hand, this is just very American libertarian ideology of just sort of hand waving any concerns about anything. It's like, you know, again, you shouldn't have to be responsible for other people. But like, say for example, you're throwing a party where you're like enabling alcoholics and like younger people to hurt themselves and do dangerous things to their bodies. Maybe that's not a good thing. Maybe you should look to avoid that, you know? Like, you know, you don't have to do that, but maybe you should. It would probably be like a better thing to do, you know? But like, also, I don't know, I just kind of had a thought of like, you know, like I've talked about this before, and I'll probably continue to talk about this at length. But I always try to have empathy for people. I always try to like understand them and their perspective and where they might be coming from and why they believe what they believe and have the thoughts that they do. And like you know, I always like that because you know I like gathering information. I like knowing things, and and like again, you know, like in a certain extent, I do relate to anybody and everybody, but also there are some ways where, you know, I just can't relate to people because I'm born the way I am. I look the way I look, you know? Like, I'll never know what it's like to really be a woman or be treated as a woman in society because I'm not a woman or a girl or, you know, anything of the sort. I'm just a man, you know? Sometimes people might get the wrong impression of me looking at me from behind because I have long hair, but my hair looks like shit. My hair looks like trash. I'm a trash boy. I like my trash long hair, and I'm gonna fucking keep it, alright? I don't give a shit. But, but like, again, I've never really had the misfortune to be, treated poorly as anything other than a man. And of course, as a man, you still get treated poorly. You'll still get into confrontations and situations that you might not want to get into, but they're probably not going to be as severe or as bad, traumatizing, and what have you if I were a woman. And you know, like that's always something to keep in mind when talking about things. But like, I don't know, this dude talking who is just like this fucking like party bro dude, like, I find these people fundamentally unrelatable to me. Like, we are just two completely different people. Because, like, again, I do like understanding people, and, like, even if you're, like, somebody who's, like, a piece of shit and believes, like, genuinely awful things, like, you know, I like, like, again, I can understand that, but, like, I wouldn't act the way that you do, and I wouldn't ever be like you. But like, I do understand why, because there's a lot of people like that. There are a lot of people who just have like a blind like nationalism, and they sort of just believe that, and that is kind of how the system is supposed to work, you know? Like, it's very interesting when you see somebody who's like, I love America, America is the greatest place on earth, and it's like, buddy, you're fucking brainwashed. Like, you don't know the truth of the matter. But like, in terms of just like social situations, and like in particular this guy just having like an open party, just like, I could never do that. I mean, I could theoretically, but I would never want to do that. First of all, like, I like I don't know, I've been having a lot more dreams as of late, and like, it was a genuine stressful kind of nightmare for me when I had this dream where there were a bunch of people at my house partying, and like, I have to go around and like check to make sure everything's okay. It was genuinely like anxiety inducing, and I would never want to fucking do that. Like, if I'm gonna have a party, it will be like very few people, all people that I know, all people that I trust, and it'll just be more of a hangout rather than like a large scale party. And even going to like a large scale party is like, I don't know, in my opinion, it's fucking lame. It's a fucking waste of time. Like, the only times I've been to like parties, it has been because I've been dragged along, or I've, you know, shown up there just to drink booze and maybe score some drugs and then fucking leave when I'm like, all right, I don't want to be here anymore. Because, like, parties fucking suck to me, you know? I don't want to talk to some... Well, I do like talking to random people. That is one cool thing about parties, but also, you know, at some point, I don't want to talk to people, and I just want to go be alone. But I could never throw a party. I could never throw like an open house party where, oh yeah, anybody and everybody just come on through, drink some booze that I've bought, because like, I don't know, man, I don't have money. I don't have money I can just throw around and be like, oh yeah, here, have some booze. Like, no, that's precious resources. All right, like, again, I feel bad every time I open up a fucking can and a little bit of liquid spills out on the edge. Like, I fucking feel bad about that. It hurts me. Now, of course, this might make me seem like an alcoholic, which I am not. But I do like getting drunk. And, you know, I would rather drink every last drop of something than just, like, leave it there, or, like, not finish it and toss it. Like, actually, this is super fucking gross, so don't judge me for this, but, like, if I have, like, an unfinished drink, like, of booze or something, and, like, I didn't realize I didn't finish it, probably because I was too drunk, and I'm like, I'm gonna go to sleep now, and I'm gonna do something stupid, like just leave my PlayStation on and not worry about it, because, you know, I'm fucking drunk, and I'm like, I wanna lay in my bed, and then I'm gonna close my eyes, and I'm totally not gonna fall asleep, and then I fall asleep, and it's the next morning. And I'm fine. I've never had a hangover once, and I never will. Alright? Listen, I may have gotten some terrible, awful fucking genes from my parents, but you know what? I got genes that can handle alcohol pretty fucking well. And, you know, damn, what the fuck was I saying? This is really why you shouldn't drink alcohol. It makes you a fucking idiot. But, oh yeah, no, it's just like, it's such an absurd thing for me to do. Like, I do get it in a certain sense. Like, you kind of just like live and let live. You kind of, you know, have a laissez-faire attitude towards it. You know, of like people coming into your house and drinking your stuff and partying and all that. But it's just like, I could never in a million years fucking do that. Just for me personally. Because, like, I do not want strangers in my home. I don't want anyone in my home, frankly. I want to be alone completely. But I'm not, and I probably won't be for a long time, because I'm a piece of shit, asshole, fuckface, worthless, goddamn loser, neat Volcel fucking, internet addicted, philosophical, holier than thou, fuckface, piece of shit, scumfuck, asshole, bastard, who lives with his parents. But, you know, still, nonetheless, like, I'm fine either way. Like, living alone or living with people, I can manage it, but, like, my preference would definitely be being alone. Because that's just kind of more my deal. That's what I would be much more into, rather than living with people. And I don't know. That's just kind of how I am naturally. You know, it was sort of like, damn, Kim, what you doing back there, huh? But no, when I was listening to the asexual video earlier. It was like kind of interesting when they're talking about asexuality and how you know you're asexual, because like I think it was 3 people, and I think all of them, if not maybe most of them, attributed to it just being that's how you're born. That's just like the way you are. There's nothing that necessarily turned you into that. And like I'm kind of just antisocial by nature, you know. Of course, I am completely socially isolated, where I have literally nobody to talk to. Like I have not talked to a single person today. In fact, ever since yesterday, I've not talked to anybody. I don't have to. I don't have friends, and well, I do have friends, but you know they all live in different states than me, and you know I'm not frequently talking to them. But like the thing with me is I'm completely content with that. I am completely fine going through life like not talking to people. While I understand some people might feel the opposite. Like like I don't know, for me definitely like I've always wanted to kill this feeling of being lonely. Like I've always seen it as like a weakness and a flaw in myself that I feel lonely, and that sometimes I do get lonely. And like that's still true. I might still feel lonely every now and then. But like say if I go like a whole week without ever talking to somebody and like having some kind of social human interaction. I mean, actually that's not true. I did talk to people like yesterday because I went out and bought stuff, but that wasn't like really talking to people. Like I just be like, "Oh, hi, how are you?" You know, like I don't know. It's like a lot of social interaction is just like automated robot responses. Like especially if you're dealing with somebody who's working a fucking job, it's all automated. Like you have a script in your head of what you're supposed to say and what you're supposed to reply to. Because like I remember as I was buying some booze, and I was doing it at a grocery store because I'm a bitch. Uh, but no, I was just buying some stuff at the grocery store, and like I just do self checkout because again, why wait in a line to like talk to a person when I'm buying like one thing for myself and I can just go to self checkout and there's like an open space there. And so like I go there, I scan my ID, and then like I don't know if this is the case in most grocery stores, but like they have like an assistant who has to come over and check the ID. And like while this guy was like talking to me, like it felt like neither of us were truly paying attention to the conversation. To be fair, I did have an earbud in, so I was a little like distracted with like a podcast I was listening to. But like he sort of just like said what he was supposed to say, and then I said what I was supposed to say, and like neither of us really paid attention to what the other person was saying. He was just like, "Oh, hey, let me check that. How are you today?" Like again, I can't even remember the fucking conversation because it was just that meaningless. And that's like nothing against the guy. In fact, that's what I like. All right, keep it simple. Don't talk to me. You know. uh, but yeah, like I don't know. I very rarely nowadays get the feeling of being lonely. Like I think I got it a lot more when I was a teenager and when I was a kid, when I was much younger. Because like you want friends. Like humans are generally social creatures. And also, sorry, I'm really drunk, so I'm just talking about whatever. But hey, this is what Disco Elysium is for, baby. If there's a game I'm ready and willing to pour my fucking heart out and bare my soul to you on, it's fucking Disco Elysium. Besides, nobody's watching. Nobody gives a shit. And I'm happy about that. Again, like, I love seeing a big fat zero when people are watching me because I can just say whatever I want and it's fine. Like, nobody's gonna judge me or say anything or, you know, have some shit to say to me. And I think that's great because, you know, it's not always fun talking to people. Like, sometimes talking to people can be a chore. Sometimes it can be very irritating. And, again, some people can feel that way when talking to me. And I would say that's fine. It's perfectly valid. And, you know, it just, I don't know. I'm not built to be a social person. I'm not built to be outgoing. Like, Yeah, like I would also say I used to be a shy person, you know, like especially as a kid, I was super shy. But like now, I'm not shy at all because I don't give a shit, you know. I was always afraid people would judge me, people wouldn't like me, but now I realize nobody likes me, and I don't have to give a shit if they do or not, you know. I have a couple friends, I think they like me plenty fine enough, but other than that, I don't have to give a shit if some random person doesn't like me because I'm probably never going to see them again. And if I do, they're probably not going to remember. And even if they do, so fucking what? What, you want to fight me? You want to kill me over you not liking me because I'm fucking weird? Or, I don't know. I also like being polite. I'm not like abrasive or rude or mean or anything like that. But, yeah, I mean, again, if you have like a severe, big problem with me, I don't know, fucking kill me in Mortal Kombat, pussy. I don't give a shit. Also, um, I hope for context and for preservation, I love saying like fight me to death or kill me in Mortal Kombat, and that's Mortal Kombat with a K, because like you know, on one hand you hear that and you think, oh yeah, I'm just saying I'll fight anybody to the death, and like you know, hey, kill me in Mortal Kombat, I don't give a shit, fuck you. But like I don't know. I like the joke and the plausible deniability of like, no, I'm talking about the video game Mortal Kombat. Like, do you have Mortal Kombat? Because I don't, but you could easily kill me in that game because I don't play it. So why don't you go ahead and do that? You know. I just think it's like a kind of interesting. It's like an interesting thing seeing the differences in people and like getting to know that. You know. I don't know. Might just be me. I might just be alone here. Well, actually, I know I'm alone here. All right, I talk to my two pets, my dog and my cat, more than anyone else. All right. Anyway, I'm a real piss boy, so I gotta go do that. But once I get done doing that, I'll actually fucking focus on playing the game, I think. But yeah, once I move from this position, that's when I'll be back. Heyo, what's up? I just want to say I'm really sorry for this. I'm probably making for terrible stream content, but you know, I keep leaving and I keep getting preoccupied with something, whether it be petting my cat or having her scream at me, or letting my dog out, or just taking a piss. It takes a while. Stop drinking, fucking idiot. Alright, anyway. Ooh, money. Mine now.
Let me handle this. Detective disorientated. Are you still wondering where you are? This is Martinez, in case you've forgotten. I advise you not to overstay your welcome.
I just wanted to know more about the place before I check it out. That's normal.
Yes, extremely normal. I'm not a gardener, by the way. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union. So let's get to it. You're looking for Titus Hardy? You think he has information that will help you? Maybe he does. That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming. Nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
I should talk to Titus then. Alright. I don't know. On one hand, I'm thinking about it. On the other hand, I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. Right. So... yeah, I don't need that quick save anymore. Yeah, let's go make a save game over that. Alright. That's quite alright though. So what happens if I just look at the window?
Behind the dock workers, a ceiling height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass like bony fingers. There's a little slide panel up there to let some air in. No need to open it in spring. It's still too cold outside.
Now, there is like a 1 in 12 chance that I get this, so...
Nothing.
Nah.
Just black tangles like the hair of an old woman. Motionless. The wind in the yard doesn't reach the hawthorn, nor does the light come in from this window.
Alright.
This is where you say your bed.
Alright.
Detective.
Hey, dipshit. You hard of hearing or something? The boss man's talking to you.
What, is he fucking kidding? This guy high or something?
Hey, asshole, up here. We're talking to you.
We are looking for Titus Hardy.
We need to talk about the man hanged out back.
Oh, this is about him. A real looker, that one.
You sure took your time, huh? Waited for him to get real ripe and pretty for you.
Oh, he was a real pretty boy. Hanging up there, letting out that pretty boy smell.
Pretty boy?
I can't for the life of me understand why you did it. I mean, I would have just left him up there. You must really like cleaning up other people's shit.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
Questions? To hell with that. Get right up in the big dick's face. Physical confrontation.
Alright.
The room is silent. The leader does not flinch. Get further in there. Escalate.
What the fuck is this? You wanna fuck with me?
He hunches forward. His right hand starts tapping a quick little rhythm on his thigh. Tap, tap, tap. This guy's tough. Get the eye twitch going. You need to look scary.
Engage eye twitch.
What do you think you're doing? You hear. But his mouth isn't moving. It's the tension in his shoulders speaking.
What are you doing?
I can do this all night long. His clenched fists say, their knuckles turning white. I'm young. You're 50,000 years old. Do not explain or defend yourself. Attack.
Hmm. In that time, I have killed more than once. I can feel it in me. The ugly.
Good. The twitch in his eye replies. I've beaten a man so hard he doesn't move. Or maybe I kept his head underwater. Hard to say which, but you can feel the ugly in me too. With begrudging respect, he leans back. The room around you is silent. Time to speak now. With words.
The man hanged in the backyard. Did you do it?
The pretty boy. You guys really love talking about that pretty boy.
Pretty boy? God damn it. Pretty boy!
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
Why is there a container belt around the dead man's neck?
Container belt? Like we use in the harbor?
Yeah. Why?
Because we took it from the harbor where we worked.
Harbor.
Then we went out back and used it to hang him.
As he speaks, his fists contract, going through the pulling motion again, savoring it.
We did this. Together. All of us. Until he was dead. That's why there's a container belt around his neck.
Aha. So you just confessed to murder?
Goddamn right.
No. These 7 honest men have equally come forth. They told you what happened so that you don't waste any more of your time.
You murdered him just like that? No remorse?
How many people have you sent to the Shays? Ever felt remorse for them?
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
Look, I'm just doing my job. That's all.
Oh, so you are just a simple, well-meaning man, eh? Ever been in solitary? Prison is a charter. That's what it is.
So is hanging a man, slowly, without breaking his neck.
Who called the shots that night?
Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a Hardy Boy without arresting all Hardy Boys. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all?
No, but seriously, who calls the shots around here?
Who do you fucking think does?
Evart Clare runs the union. You answer to him, right?
You keep him the fuck out of this. We have autonomy. It's all on us. Everard runs the union. I run the Hardy Boys.
When Titus Hardy says he runs the Hardy Boys, he means that in an administrative capacity. On that night, everyone acted as one man.
When did this hanging incident occur?
You don't have to keep answering his questions.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the week.
And how long had you known the victim?
Known him? We don't associate with scum like that, asshole.
Yeah! Who do you think we are?
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy?
By the Pines cow, you mean Joyce Messier? The representative for White Pines? The same company you're striking against?
No. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over. But you know what? Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough.
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last questions.
You know, she says that, but I'm pretty sure you can continue to ask him all the time. Why'd you kill him?
Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out of line in my town.
So he's a mercenary? That's it?
And he stepped out of line.
What kind of mercenary?
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too. Had Cohoy and Seminine written all over him. Ex-Oranese Special Forces.
A live grenade. Right here in our bar.
I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara.
Hold on, how do you even know he was in the Special Forces?
'Cause one night, he walked straight up to the mic and said, I'm RNA's goddamn Special Forces, and I'm gonna fuck you all!
Really?
Yeah, really. Had a gin and tonic up there, sang some RNA's paratrooper song, and said he's gonna fuck everyone.
We couldn't believe it either, but he fucking did, right there. Like some kind of animal.
Right, but what did he actually do wrong?
Wrong? He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning.
There's a slight unease in him, suddenly. He regrets mentioning the rape.
To kill us all, if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over. That was before he started coming here.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started to come in here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls. Grabbed one of ours mid-karaoke, right there on the stage.
He grabbed someone?
Yeah. This girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl. Young. Gets into the second verse of Lover Lake. The fucker grabs her legs, starts screaming. Show me your cunt! Why don't you show me your cunt? Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle. Doesn't even fall down.
Was this the same girl who was sexually assaulted? Raped, you said?
Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it. They got the girl out before anything else could happen.
Yeah, me and Eugene got her out. Aren't you fucking listening?
Right, but who did he rape then? This is a very serious allegation.
No. You're not getting a name. That's a Martinez matter. And I'm not discussing it with you clowns.
Despite the stonewalling, you can slip one more question in.
I'm gonna ask one more time. Who did the dead man rape?
Titus, do not answer. You have been forthcoming enough.
Fuck off, Carl. She's gone through enough without you harassing her too. She doesn't need more embarrassment.
What are you talking about? Embarrassment. If someone has been sexually assaulted, we need to...
What you need is to get the fuck out of my face. I've had enough of explaining myself to you fucks. He's dead. It's done.
As you can see, these men can only take so much baseless scrutiny. I'm doing my best to keep the situation civil, but...
It won't be for long, she means.
Well, how did you kill him?
We hanged him up by his neck until he got real still. Wasn't that obvious, copper?
Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school, idiot?
The autopsy showed there were no ligature marks. His hands were not tied. Can you explain that?
We... Look, I'm not gonna play 20 questions with you, capo. I'll say it again. We killed him.
Yeah, I knocked him out. Came up behind him and clapped him in the back of the head. He went down like a sack of sand.
That's right, lawman. And then we hanged the fuck.
Mr. Tats, what did you use to knock the victim out?
My fucking elbow, Copper. Samaran boxing style.
Where'd all this action take place?
Right fucking here. Eugene already told you that the fuck had started coming to our bar.
Yeah, man. Weren't you listening?
Actually, they're admirably, surprisingly composed. The entire room. Given how many questions you've lobbed their way.
All of them? Maybe one of them is fidgeting, cracking under the pressure.
Well, this one. But he's always fidgeting, so don't get your hopes up.
Right, I have other questions about the lynching.
Like what, Copper?
How's the bullet in his head factor into this?
Huh?
There was a bullet in the dead man's brain. Why was it there if you hanged him?
How the fuck do I know? Anyone could have shot him. Target practice, maybe.
This line of questioning is over. You got the cause of death already? Hanging. If there's any post-mortem trauma, it's your problem. This will not turn into a cross-examination.
Why don't I just arrest you?
Yeah, lawman. Why don't you?
Not in the arresting mood?
A fearful readiness, like an electrical charge, raises hairs in the room. By your side, the lieutenant keeps his hand away from his holster. You hear the nylon of his coat hiss as he steps closer.
You confessed to murder. I'm taking you in.
Look, coppers, I know you think you're doing your job here, but there are 7 of us, and 2 of you.
The bore's the size of your eye. I can almost see the stars.
The little guy was right. I'm not in the arresting mood.
The little guy? You're the little guy now.
So, little guy, you had some questions?
Yeah, little questions.
So what are we gonna do now?
Nothing. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez, go back to your stations where you belong.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus. I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder. Even if it is a group responsibility, we're going to look into this.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us. Real law officials. You're lucky you didn't get a beating.
Forget about their games. You've mapped out the characters. Reading the footprints in the yard should be easier now.
Alright.
No. I's here. You got business with my boys. You got business with me.
Yeah, you fuck with the Hardy boys, you fuck with Titus Hardy.
Relax, Dennis. No one is fucking you yet.
Yeah, Dennis, calm down. No one's fucking you, you stupid fuck.
Let Dennis enjoy his fucking, man. We don't mind.
Yeah, you're not even being fucked, Dennis.
Easy, fellas. We got company. Let's see what brings the cop around.
Too late. You already scanned the room. You got a pretty good picture.
A picture of what?
Of the actor's hair. You could take another look at the tracks in the mud on the crime scene. Compare it to these guys.
I'm gonna take off now. Alright. Well, hey, that was a good time for an autosave, because I think I'm going to call it here. Might continue this another day. Probably going to live stream something as well, but for now, I think I'm going to call it here. I don't know. Might play some Red Dead 2, might not, might just lay around in a pool of self-pity and piss. No, I'm just kidding. About the second part, not the first part. That's probably going to be true. But yeah, with Kim spinning, I think I'm going to call it here.